Today's topic is going to be breakups, when they're good and when they're bad. So we're going to go ahead and get the bad out of the way. Some breakups are a bad thing. These are the ones whenever the one or both people in the couple is being, in general, kind of selfish, to be honest, and not considering the ramifications for maybe children or other people that are connected to them in some kind of dependency type of way. But mostly the children. Or it could be bad if the two people are giving up on a relationship that's actually beneficial for the both of them, but one or both of the people is blaming other life issues, outside life issues on the relationship. So you have to be really, really cautious about, whenever you're making a breakup decision, because it could really be detrimental to your future success if you're blaming the relationship for issues that it's really not causing. So yes, there are ways of having a badly timed breakups that are not based on real, genuine issues that are core to a person's life path and building a life with them. Those are whenever you can say it's a bad breakup. Now, sometimes you may just have lost interest in the person, and that's all well and good, especially for very young and new relationships. If you're losing interest early on, it's usually a warning sign that the two of you are not really compatible truly. But if you've been together for years, you really need to pause and reflect on that, because sometimes all relationships just have down times. Everything flows in a cycle. Some relationships will just have a time that's like a lull or like a low point, and it's not really like a low point in a bad way like depression or whatnot. It's just that things rise and fall. That's all energies do, and love and relationships are also energies. So give it some time, pause and reflect, and make sure that you're not ending a bond that's healthy and healing and a center of power and a resource of connection for you, because it was mentioned in a comment that no breakup is actually good, and that is correct. The person also mentioned that some breakups are just for the best, and that's exactly what I mean. No breakup feels good whenever you're going through it. If it did, then basically you didn't care an ounce if it actually felt good. Or maybe if the breakup felt good, it's because it was a relief from a truly tense and horrible situation. But in general, breakups don't feel good. They feel like a loss. And for some people have said it feels like a failure because they feel like they failed at something. And that means that it's not really good in that sense. But sometimes, yes, it is for the best. In situations where there may have been abuse, where situations where the two people actually were not compatible as life partners, that is an important distinction to understand. There's a difference between someone who is a good person and someone who is a good life partner for you. So in the next part of this video, we're going to discuss that part. Part 3 ended with a discussion about what is the difference between a good person and a good life partner for you. That is an important thing to be aware of. There are lots of good people. Just like in any business, when a business has a job position open, they're going to have lots of good people apply, but you've got to find somebody that's compatible with your current work environment, right? And the same thing goes for relationships and whatnot. You've got to find someone who is compatible with you, just like if you were a supervisor and you had to find people that were compatible for you as a supervisor and for the goals that you have in mind. So think about your life goals. Think about what you are currently working on. Think about what you are projecting for your future. And whenever you are dating, your goal is, that's the interview process, your goal is to identify those specific traits and qualities in that other person that will add on to what you've got going on and that you can add on to what they've got going on and make something. I'm taking you guys on a field trip right quick to wrap up this discussion about breakups. Anytime that you are trying to make a relationship decision, whether it be to start one or to end one, you really have to make sure that you're making a wise decision, because relationships are beautiful things. Relationships can be empowering because you have a teammate, you have an ally. But in making those decisions between starting your relationship or ending your relationship, what you need to do is come to a place like this. Find some peace and quiet time to yourself, such as the lake, and make that decision. Go through it. What are the qualities? What are the traits? Is this a good time for you and for them? What can you bring to each other? These are the questions to ask and answer before making a decision to come together or to break apart.